George Clooney, born May 6, 1961 in Lexington, Kentucky, United States, is one of Hollywood's leading stars, known for his roles as an actor, director, producer, and human rights activist. At 64, Clooney has built an illustrious career with films such as Ocean's 11, 2001, Syriana, 2005, The Descendants, 2011, and Gravity, 2013, along with directing work in Good Night and Good Luck, 2005, and The Ides of March, 2011. The son of journalist Nick Clooney and Nina Bruce, a former beauty queen, Clooney grew up in a middle-class family, where he developed an early interest in acting through small roles on his father's television show. He was married to actress Talia Balsam from 1989 to 1993, and then found true love with human rights lawyer Amal Alamuddin, whom he married in 2014. They have twin children, Ella and Alexander, born in 2017. Over 4 decades in the entertainment industry, Clooney has won 2 Oscars, Best Supporting Actor for Syriana and Best Producer for Argo, among other prestigious awards. However, behind the spotlight lies deep sadness, harsh challenges, and a constant journey to balance career, family, and ideals. This article will explore the greatest sadness in George Clooney's life, his ups and downs in his career, his pursuit of success, his journey of love and marriage, his relationship with his children, Amal's sharing of his grief, and lessons from his extraordinary journey. George Clooney's biggest regret in life is the feeling of regret and guilt about not being able to spend more time with his parents and family in the early years of his career, especially as his parents, Nick and Nina, aged and faced health problems. As a son who was always close to his parents, Clooney often cited their influence in shaping his values and work ethic. However, his busy Hollywood schedule, with back-to-back film projects and international travel, caused him to miss out on important family moments. In a 2017 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he shared that he cried when he realized he didn't spend as much time with his parents as he would have liked. "I've built a career, but I wish I could spend one more day sitting with my parents, talking about simple things," he said, his voice full of emotion. This pain was deepened when his mother, Nina, passed away in 2021, leaving a huge void in his heart. The sadness was rooted in Clooney's childhood, when his family moved frequently due to his father's work. Growing up in Kentucky and Ohio, he often watched his father, Nick, work tirelessly as a journalist and television host. "I saw my dad working himself to the bone, and I told myself that I wouldn't let work dominate my family life. But I did the opposite," he confessed in a 2013 interview with Esquire. This guilt was especially pronounced in the 1990s, when he became a huge star with ER and began a string of blockbuster projects. "My mother called me one day and asked when I was coming home, and I realized I didn't know. I cried because I didn't want her to think I didn't care," he shared in a 2019 interview. This sadness is not just about lost time, but also about opportunities to express gratitude to his parents. Despite Clooney's financial support and frequent visits to his family, he still feels he hasn't done enough. "I have everything, fame, money, but I would give it all to have one more evening with my mother, listening to her stories," he said in a 2022 interview with The Guardian. This pain, hidden behind a polished demeanor and charming smile, is central to Clooney's emotional journey, a man who seeks redemption and cherishes his loved ones. George Clooney's career is a story of rising from small supporting roles to one of Hollywood's most powerful names, but it's also been a journey filled with trials and tears. His journey began in the late 1970s, when he moved to Los Angeles to pursue acting. After years of supporting roles in films like Grizzly II, The Predator, 1983, and sitcoms like The Facts of Life, Clooney nearly gave up on his dream. I cried when I got rejected for one role after another. I thought I was never going to make it, he shared on My Next Guest. Needs no introduction with David Letterman in 2018. His breakthrough came in 1994 when he landed the role of Dr. Doug Ross on the medical drama ER. The show became a cultural phenomenon, averaging 30 million viewers per week, and made Clooney an international star. The late 1990s and early 2000s marked Clooney's heyday as a film actor. He starred in Out of Sight, 1998, Three Kings, 1999, and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, 2000, which ranged from comedy to drama. Ocean's 11, 2001, and its sequels, Ocean's 12 and 13, cemented his status as a leading man, grossing more than $1.2 billion worldwide. His performance in Syriana, 2005, earned him an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, a milestone he called a dream come true. I cried when I got the Oscar. I thought about all the rejections, and I knew I was on the right path, he said in his 2006 acceptance speech. Clooney also established himself as a talented director. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, 2002, Good Night and Good Luck, 2005, and The Ides of March, 2011, received multiple Oscar nominations, with Good Night and Good Luck being praised for its political acumen. He co-founded the production company Smokehouse Pictures, which is behind films like Argo, 2012, which won the Oscar for Best Picture. I want to tell meaningful stories, not just to entertain, but to change people's perspectives, he said in a 2012 interview with Variety. He has also worked on television projects, such as the miniseries Catch-22, 2019, which he both starred in and directed. Clooney's career has not been without its failures, however. The 1997 film Batman and Robin, in which he played Batman, was panned by critics and grossed only $238 million against expectations of $400 million. I cried when I read the reviews. I thought I had ruined the Batman legacy, he admitted in a 2014 interview. Solaris, 2002, also flopped at the box office, grossing just $30 million against a $47 million budget. I cried because I believed in the project, but people didn't feel it, he said. As a director, The Monuments Men, 2014, received negative reviews for its lack of focus, forcing him to step away from major projects for several years. I cried when I saw The Monuments Men didn't do well. I felt like I had let people down, he told the New York Times in 2015. Clooney's efforts to make him cry often involved overcoming Hollywood's stereotypes and pressures. In his early years, he was considered all about looks due to his good looks. I cried when a director told me I wasn't good enough for a lead role. I was determined to prove them wrong, he told The Hollywood Reporter in 2011. He worked tirelessly, taking acting classes and reading dozens of scripts a month. There were nights when I stayed up until dawn, researching roles, crying because I was exhausted, but I knew I had to keep going, he said. One memorable moment was when he filmed Syriana, where he suffered a serious spinal injury. I was crying because of the pain, but I didn't want to stop. I knew it was important, he told 60 Minutes in 2006. Clooney also faced pressure when he turned to directing. I cried when Good Night and Good Luck was tested. I was afraid I had ruined Edward R. Murrow's story, but the positive response was a relief, he said in a 2005 interview. The effort to balance acting, directing, and producing was exhausting, but he always found a way to overcome it. I don't want to be just a star. I want to leave something meaningful, he emphasized in Esquire in 2013. George Clooney's accomplishments include leaving a legacy in entertainment, using his fame to promote social justice, and being a supportive father and husband. He longs to be remembered as an artist who tells powerful stories. "I want my films to make people think, feel, and act," he said in a 2016 interview with The Guardian. Winning 2 Oscars, directing critically acclaimed films, and producing Argo are testament to this goal. He has also made an effort to address social issues such as press freedom in Good Night and Good Luck and oil smuggling in Syriana. Outside of art, Clooney wants to use his fame to change the world. He co-founded Not on Our Watch, an organization that supports human rights in Darfur, Sudan, and has worked with the United Nations to address global crises. "I want my fame to mean something, not just a photo in a magazine," he told Time in 2008. He has also fought for same-sex marriage and gun control in the United States, organizing events like the 2018 March for Our Lives. In his personal life, Clooney aims to be a devoted father to Ella and Alexander, and an ideal husband to Amal. "I want my kids to see that their father lives for love and justice," he told People in 2018. George Clooney's love and marriage is a story of failure, growth, and finding true love. His first marriage to actress Talia Balsam from 1989 to 1993 ended in heartbreak due to his youth and the pressures of his burgeoning career. "I cried when we got divorced. I loved Talia, but I wasn't ready to be a husband," he told Vanity Fair in 2000. The divorce led him to declare that he would never remarry, and for years he was known as the charming bachelor through relationships with Lisa Snowdon, Renee Zellweger, and Elisabetta Canales. "I thought love wasn't for me. I cried when I realized I was afraid of commitment," he admitted to Rolling Stone in 2011. Things changed when he met Amal Alamuddin, a human rights lawyer, in 2013 at his home in Lake Como, Italy. "I knew right away that she was the one I wanted to be with forever," he told The Hollywood Reporter in 2014. They married on September 27, 2014, in Venice, Italy, in a lavish ceremony. Amal provided stability and inspiration for Chloe.